Welcome back. Thanks guys for coming back. This is my next video, my online ethnography. First of all, thank you very much for all your replies. I've got loads and loads of emails, mainly because the YouTube comment section wasn't long enough and people have written me many long essays about this subject. So I'm really glad you guys got inspired by this. The main kind of thing that coming up in many of the emails I was getting through, which I found very interesting, is about people online. And this is something I'm really glad I started doing this open-end question about, because this is a topic I probably would have overlooked and not mentioned at all, and so thanks for kind of bringing this to my attention. Many people basically kind of looking at people online, how they don't trust people online because they don't know who they are, you know, they have no credibility or anything, especially some of the female commenters, males tend to not care so much, so whether there's something with that, well, that's another subject I think. Basically it seems to be a kind of a debate about online identity. Who are you online and what should it be? And I was just reading around on the net sometimes. I found a really interesting news article written in The Guardian in April sometime. I'll put a link below if you want to read it through. But basically it's talking about whether the internet should be anonymous or transparent. Should we know who you are, or should you be completely invisible? And this is something I really got quite into because I myself couldn't find a position in which I was agreeing with more. I understand the debates about wanting to be completely invisible online. You can do what the hell you want. It's ultimate freedom, isn't it, basically? But at the same time there's many concerns about what you should be doing online, and this is something that's become very important in recent years with the invention of big social websites such as Facebook and Twitter. And Facebook's really been on the front line of this, particularly with the subscription to know your real name must be connected to your online identity. I'm not 100% sure whether this is right or wrong. I understand both points of view, but well, I'll let you debate about this as well. One other thing I was kind of going through this website is a project called Tor, T-O-R, by Andrew Lumen. This is basically an online program used to make sure you are anonymous online. That basically your IP and your web trackings bounce all around the world so no one knows what you're looking at. And I was really interested as to why they thought this is important, and I was kind of flicking through why people should use this, and they were basically explaining how families want to protect their location so people don't go and invade their privacy and preserve the dignity of their family. Business, yeah, they can look online so they can scout out opposition without them worrying about, oh no, they're looking at us, etc. There's even a military version saying, you know, to make sure that no one knows what they're up to, operations, and I thought that, well, that's a bit more common sense. So maybe there's certain circumstances where one should be anonymous, one shouldn't be anonymous, but I'm not quite sure where I stand with that. So quite interesting. One thing that cropped up a lot during this is the SOPA Act, if you know about that, Stop Online Piracy Act by the United States of America. And at first, you think, well, why is this relevant? It's online piracy, but apparently it's got several things where you can kind of track and search, like blocking DNSs and such. Now, I'm not an expert when it comes to search, I won't pretend to be, but if you understand more about this than I do, please tell me. I'm very interested in all this. So I've been talking about online identity, and I'm really interested in what you guys think about this. Should you be anonymous, like many people suggest, or should it be completely authentic? Should you be completely linked to your life online? I personally find myself leaning towards anonymity because, I disagree sometimes with this Big Brother idea that people are always watching me, know exactly what I'm doing. And I found it very interesting, actually. I was reading this news article that apparently many websites in countries such as China and North Korea, that for anything you basically have to register using your national identification card. So anything you do is traced straight back to you. And I know here we have computer forensics, so if we really wanted to, we could track out what you're doing, etc. But again, it's this Big Brother thing. Should they be able to kind of look at us, make sure what we're doing is fine and everything? And this is something I would really like to debate with you guys, because I think it's quite a complicated argument. So I want to wrap up with the question of what is your online identity? Are you like me, where you use your real name, your real person out there on the net? No, I am James Denyer, I'm out there. Or do you use usernames? And I know this is something that's been expressed in the emails again, but do you hide behind pseudonyms and usernames to protect your information, hide who you are? Or do you actually use it on another aspect? Do you use it to create another person, another life? Another person you want to kind of be, basically. And this is something that's actually quite prevalent, I found, in online gaming, especially when it comes to massively online roleplay games like World of Warcraft or Second Life. And on the note of World of Warcraft, a few years back, there's this big argument online about whether players online should be linked to their real person, and anyone online could go and check who they were, have a photo identification and such. And a lot of people were really angry about this, because online did not want to be themselves. They wanted to be their character they created and only be perceived as that person. And I wanted to see your opinions on this. Is that something that should be allowed, or should they be kind of concrete in that you are the real person, you are the man behind the character, not the character itself? Anyway, I would really want to hear your opinions on anything I've kind of talked about today in this video, or any other topics you kind of might think are relevant and want to bring up and start discussing. If there's anything I've missed or any mistakes I made, please let me know. I'll be happy enough to change it. So just email, comment me, make a video response. I'd really like someone to do this. I will kind of put the links below to this article I read, as well as the Tor website, which if you want interested about, you can kind of have a nose around. It's quite cool. So thanks very much for watching. I hope you found it quite interesting. I will be posting up my next video again on one of the new topics that kept coming up again in the responses I got from the last video. If there's another topic you wanted to be kind of mentioned, or something you think is really important, again, just email me with it. I'll have nose through it, or again, just go back to my original video and post it there, and I'll again receive it and make sure it gets the attention deserved. So again, thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you next time.